somebody, say, let God be God. And tell him, let him do in your life, shout to him, everything he want to do. But point back at him and say, but you can't get in the way. I don't want to be the problem. Because a whole lot of folk blame other people, but in actuality, they're the problem. When we start leaning, listen, church, to our own understanding, we become the problem as to why God promises are not manifesting. Because some of us got to get to that place where we tired of messing up ourselves. Some of you should be there. Pastor, I'm tired of trying to figure this thing out. I'm going to just rely on God. God said he'll do it. That's good enough for me. He said better was here. I expect better. He said bigger was here. I expect bigger. See, but it's going to take something to live that lifestyle. Am I right about that? Notice again, trust in the Lord with what? All of your heart. Oh, Lord. Don't just put all on bills, but ain't acknowledging God. Come on. And don't be no fool either. And don't open them up. Acknowledge God. He'll show you what to do. I said he'll show you what. He'll get you out of darkness. Pastor, I got a whole lot of problems. You don't need to be in darkness dealing with a whole lot of problems. You need to acknowledge God so he'll what? Show you what to do. See, I know already I'm going to run up on some things this year. Y'all better listen tonight. That in and of myself, I'm not going to know what to do. But when I acknowledge God, he going to say, look, do this right here. And I'm going to go over there and do this right here. And it's going to make me look real smart. I said it's going to make me look real smart. And you may look back and say, Pastor, a genius. No, Pastor know how to acknowledge God. Come on, I learned this. I learned the hard way not to allow my senses to persuade me. Some of the best blessings you're going to get from God is going to come when it seems like everything that can go wrong is going wrong. You know how most folk, when everything going right, they get real excited and say something big finna happen? No, you ain't made it yet. You got to be able to sense something big is going to happen, and everything that can go wrong is going wrong. And then God drop in your spirit, look for something big today. Now, you can't do that if you going to lean. You can't expect bigger, and everything that can go wrong is going wrong if you're going to be persuaded by your senses. Come on, that's going to take a person. It's going to trust God how? Wholeheartedly. Wholeheartedly. Now, sometimes it is God that he'll see our diligence. May send us 6 or 7 places. Just wanting us to operate in diligence before he do a certain thing. But can I be honest? Sometimes we go 6 or 7 places because we ain't acknowledge God where to go in the first place. Come on, I'm just teaching it right. You went 7 places because you kept guessing. But see, God is all knowing. God don't need a help on his sign to know where you need to work. Come on, God don't need it to be posted. He will direct you somewhere where you don't even see what God is doing. Let's go over there. Look at that widow woman. Go borrow some empty vessels. Go get some empty jugs. You got some debt. You finna get debt free. Go get some empty jugs. Now, if you get to leaning, it's easy to say to God, what I'm going to do with some empty jugs? Empty jugs ain't going to do nothing. See, God already had in mind. I'm going to fill them up. I'm going to fill them up supernaturally. Matter of fact, it was that same woman that was in trouble, and God asked her something that was seemingly foolish. He says to her, what is it? The prophet said, what do you have in the house? She said, I got a little jar of oil. God said, with that oil, I'm going to make you debt free. With that oil, I'm going to free you. I'm going to bring you out of this debt. You know what they're saying to me tonight? That God has prepared a way to bring his people out of debt. He hears the way we talk. He know our expectation. But what hinders it? Leaning. Being more persuaded by our senses than we are God. Some of you get a word. That word really don't mean a whole lot to you because you're more persuaded or controlled by your senses than we are God. Some of you get a word. That word really don't mean a whole lot to you because you're more persuaded or controlled by your senses than we are God. Some of you get a word. That word really don't mean a whole lot to you because you're more persuaded or controlled by your senses than we are God. Some of you get a word. That word really don't mean a whole lot to you because you're more persuaded or controlled by your senses than we are God.